The GSXR from 2005 went faster around the racetrack than the Ducati Panigale by more than 1 second. Yeah, our minds are blown a little bit.
Now, I'm sure a lot of you have seen that video and had a surprise about their result. And well, I'm here to throw my little 2 cents in and a slight reason how this could happen. So, do you ever wonder why new bikes hardly ever or not even outperform older models? Well, there's one big reason why, and sadly, it's the same way manufacturers are trying to save the planet. That's right, it's emissions. And more specifically, the little blob in your exhaust manifold. So, if I'm going to tell you guys about how this limits your engine's power, I need to tell you how it works. And its actual name. Its actual name is a catalytic converter, and from the outside it looks like just a little metal blob in your exhaust, but on the inside is where all the magic happens, and that magic is transforming all the harmful gases and byproducts of combustion cycle through using a various amount of precious metals, which are rhodium, palladium, and platinum. Sadly, the gases can't just pass by these metals and miraculously be transformed into safer gases. You have to heat up these metals to somewhere between 400 and 500 degrees Celsius to just start the process. And they usually sit at around 700 to 900 degrees Celsius in just normal riding. So at the very least, it's gonna keep you warm in winter. So now we got all the technical stuff out of the way, how does it actually restrict your power? Well, it does it by restricting your exhaust flow, by limiting the flow of exhaust gases. The honeycomb design, which you can currently see, acts as a restrictor, not allowing the gases to pass through smoothly and have it clash against each other. The other way is it adds a surprising amount of weight, which is roughly around 4 kilograms. So unless you want to go on that diet, watch the rest of this video and see what you could possibly do to help it. So, how do we stop this? Is there any way to save your engine? And by save it, I mean bring more power to your ride. Yes, a few ways actually, and well, why not start with the not so legal Catalytic or bash out? Now, I have to say, if you are gonna do this method and hypothetically the cops or whoever your people that test emissions catch you, you're gonna wish you kept it on. Sadly, even though it will free up your engine's potential power, doing so isn't good in the eyes of the green people. So, what's the legal way you can get around having a cat? There's 3 main ways. Buy a bike that isn't meant for the street. These laws, for the most part, are made for street bikes. So if you buy a new bike specifically for the track, off-road or private areas, manufacturers don't have to put a cat on. And a prime example is the difference between the H2 and H2R. One's street built and the other's track built. And well, of course, dirt bikes don't have any, but yeah, you get the point. Now, this may be a bit unpractical if you want this for your specific bike, but if you want to get rid of the cat and still ride on the road, say hello to bikes made to 2005 and back. I know there are a few newer ones that still don't run cats, but from my research, 2005 and forwards is when they really started to crack down hard on adding them in. Another way to get around this, which is uncommon, mainly because of the price, and you had to get it then custom built, plus then engineered, is a high flow cat. And it works as the name states. It's a catalytic converter designed to let the exhaust flow at a higher rate than a normal cat, and supposedly makes it act as if it isn't even there. A little side note about what else you can actually do if you don't want to get rid of your cat. We'll have a look into titanium exhaust systems. A little rundown on them, they're very light and so it's a better power to weight ratio, it won't corrode or discolor over time, and it dissipates heat twice as fast as stainless steel, so it's better thermal efficiency and scavenging. Now, while if you do end up doing any modifications to your exhaust system, you may notice a slight power increase. But if you want to take full advantage of whatever path you go down, you will need either a power commander or a tune for your ECU. What it comes down to is sadly emissions will always be a restriction on motorcycles, like it or not. And the catalytic converter is the biggest one of all. As you can see, there are some workarounds, but as the EU standards get harsher and harsher each time the regulations change, we're going to have to start dealing with it and finding other ways to make our machines faster. Or depending on where you sit about electric motorcycles, hope they'll soon give us some form of hope. But for now, I recommend just ride, work and have fun on your bike. And if you leave your cat alone, you can live with the peace of mind you're making an input to save the world. But sadly, that will never quell your itch for that little bit more power, hey? Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. It would mean the world to me if you could just leave a like and subscribe. And if you want to, check out some of my other videos. Thanks.